Guinness and the Rugby Podcast. We'd like to welcome you to Bitter Rivals.
Hello everyone. So I'm Jim Hamilton, the Scottish legend, or as we know, born in the capital of Scotland of Coventry. To a Chinese mother, so my father says, and a Scottish father, so my mother says, and that is the gospel truth. I couldn't win many games, I'll be honest. Actually got more yellow cards than I did winning games, so that's what I'm more known for. But yeah, we're actually, we're privileged to be here. I think Goode wants to intro himself as well. You might not recognise him. He's slightly, well, maybe not as big as. So you introduce yourself.
Cheers, Jim. So how many wins did you get for Scotland?
I think I won.
Three.
Beat Romania and Georgia twice. Beat Ireland twice as well. Yeah.
There we go. Obviously, pleasure to be here as well. I've known these two guys to my right for a long time. For those of you that don't know, yes, I have had my hair done. There's plenty of you out there that need it doing as well. Delighted to be here. Obviously going to intro two absolute legends. There's a little rugby tournament around the corner in terms of the British Lions coming up. Obviously Jim and I weren't that good, so we never made it. We're lucky enough to have a couple of guys that have played many times for the Lions. So without further ado, Will Greenwood.
So, it's very kind. I, like you two, was far too aesthetically pleasing. I also had a sort of face for radio that would simply accumulate nicknames. There's an older generation in the crowd, so Russ Abbott is one, a few times. Anton de Beek, most recently. Shaggy, the cartoon character, for the first 10 years of my international career, but there aren't any Welsh people here. They gave me my favourite nickname in the World Cup quarter-final in 2003 when they were absolutely battering us in that first half. Colin Chavez nicking the ball at every breakdown, Stephen Jones kicking the corner, Shane Williams, we knew he was out there because he was in the programme, we couldn't see him, we couldn't catch him. They walked off at half-time, absolutely looked up, Ponty pull flag, all I can hear is whee, Daffy doesn't think to look me square in the eye. Once you've got eye contact, you can't back down. Back down, it'll go around the valleys, he backed down, Greenwood couldn't take it. Got to go strong. I knew I'd be alright though. The laddie would be behind me, fight kicks off and right behind the big guy. And in unison, the four lads from Pontypool lean over and go, Rodney Trotter, you fucking shit. First place to do what I've been on. Good evening.
How do you follow that? To be fair, he was practicing it all day. An hour before he came in. Unfortunately, most people look at me from behind and go, oh my god, that's Brian Driscoll. Then I turn around and they go, oh fuck. Good evening.
So obviously, going back to the weekend, I can't remember what the score was, Jim. Was it England 61, Scotland 21? Obviously, we've got a plastic Scot here next to me.
I was a little bit disappointed with Scotland, to be honest with you, because I genuinely thought, I didn't just say, I did the ITV punditry stuff for the first time, and so I had to have a balanced approach, and I genuinely thought Scotland, off the back of the performances against Ireland and Wales, could have won the game. And we spoke about it seriously. We obviously jested about it on the podcast as well. But I thought it was a little bit of an embarrassment on Saturday, to be fair.
I'm hoping the Scottish fans don't turn on the Scottish players on the back of that result.
I hope they do, to be honest. That's the difference between me and Will. He's a nice guy, I'm not. Well, obviously, England are 18 from 18 under, 17 from 17 under Eddie, but 18 on the spin in total. We chatted earlier about 03, and obviously the comparisons between the England team. You go back to 03, Eddie Jones was coaching Australia, wasn't he, in that World Cup final? What did you think of him then, and what do you think of him now?
It's one of those, Clive and Eddie in the old days, it's a bit of a verbal joust. Eddie's had a couple of pot shots at a variety of different countries over the course of the last 6 weeks, 6 months. As a player in 03, it was nothing that ever overly concerned us. You don't win test matches in a newspaper, you don't influence games by what's being said in the small print on the back page of the sport. As a supporter, as a neutral, it makes fascinating reading. I love the fact he's come out. I'm interested in Gordon's like, love the fact that he's come out and cramped up the pressure on his own team this week and said it's a World Cup final. But if you'd asked me this 3 months ago or 4 months ago, I'd have said Ireland will win this game. I now just feel there's this sense of self-belief within this organisation and this team that can withstand whatever onslaught comes their way. What we're absolutely guaranteed is it's not 61-21, it's not 42-6 from a long time ago. This is barbaric, brutal, epic, and don't leave the stadium early for a pint of Guinness or London Pride.
Although they're very good drinks.
Andy Farrell, Ireland defensive coach, his son Owen, England inside centre superstar, as someone said. I think it's going to be the first time he's ever coached against his son and vice versa. Which will, your dad obviously coached England, etc., etc. I mean, how difficult is that going to be? Because I'm still shit scared of my dad now.
Well, Gordon thinks an intellectual answer to that. I can tell you what it was like with my dad. Old school, a couple of stories he always had. Because there's a country that at the moment there's HIAs and head injury assessments going on all the time. And my old man in the old days, they had all these computer systems now, don't they, which test whether you're fit enough to take the field again, doctor's assessment. The old days, if you got concussion, it was three-week mandatory ban. So the one thing my old man always used to say to me, I'm not sure this is the fatherly thing to say, is never leave the field with concussion. I'm not quite sure how you know if you've been concussed, but he would always say never leave. And so something stuck in my brain. So that if we go back to the Lions in '97, in Bloemfontein, I got a swing tackle, sleeve strapped to my arm, whipped round, smashed my head, unconscious for 17 minutes, swallowed my tongue. Dr. James Robson thought I was going to die. Always, every time he runs up in Scotland, I'd raise a little glass to Robbo, who's been the last doctor on the last 7 Lions tour. Amazing man, he was going to give you a tracheotomy. Mum's in the change room, it's all in the living room lines. William, what have you done? That's what all my mates say when I'm being out of behaviour. William, what have you done? Coming out of 7 Lions tour. Anyway, jump in the ambulance, only room for one. Dad jumps in with me, still unconscious, no idea what's going on. I'm up to 17 minutes, I think I'm dying. And something in the back of the head is reminding me from Grange over Sands of the old caravan trips we used to go on as family. My dad would teach me rugby, talk about contact, do some rugby, never leave the field concussion. I sit bolt upright on the gurney. Well, it's the African hospital. I sit bolt up. Absolutely what I said. My dad, he says, he'll be talking about this story when he dies on our deathbed. We'll be laughing about this particular, whether laugh or cry. I sit bolt upright on the gurney on the way to hospital, having swallowed my tongue and been unconscious for 17 minutes. Understand that you never leave the field with concussion. I sit bolt upright. I say, Dad, tell him it's my hamstring. Bang.
Well,
my answer's just shit now, isn't it?
Going on the Lions tour, how difficult or how easy is it teaming up with the opposition teams off the back of smashing 10,000 shit out of each other all year in such a quick space of time? For the success that that you guys have had on Lions tours in the past, for these guys going to New Zealand, they're going to have that camaraderie straight away. Is it difficult or not?
I'm not sure what success you're talking about. I was in 2005, which is
you went.
I think it's clusterfuck ever. But that is the challenge in the Lions, and I'm really glad for the franchise and for what it is that they won in Australia on the last tour, because it potentially was becoming so hard for the Northern Hemisphere to put these players together. You see the amount of times how attritional the Premiership is and the Pro 12, and I know the Irish players are rested with the international, but then they don't get as injured as much. The season is so long in the Northern Hemisphere. You're trying to amalgamate these 4 teams together. Like, you look at the schedule this year, and the guys who are in the Premiership final going to miss the first 2 weeks of tour. You got to say Owen Farrell is going to be in that final, barring injury. He's going to be an integral part of the Lions tour and misses 2 weeks of it. How do you get players together? Traditional way, which we all would have resonated with, is we go out in the piss and break down a few barriers and have a bit of crack. But is that the way to do it anymore? It is.
Okay, oh yes it is.
Oh, go.
Just bring some blackcurrant with you and you'll be fine. But it is a challenge. I do think this is. Whenever you look at the Lions team, and again, this fucking pains me to say it, when England are strong, the Lions are strong. When there's a good backbone of English players in there, they have the biggest resources in the Northern Hemisphere. They have the biggest player pool. When these guys are playing on confidence, and you have a good calibre of those guys playing, the Lions are invariably strong.
You have to say, I mean, the question with the England 15 almost for us, you would be, which one of the England 15 isn't going on the Lions tour?
Still on Hartley.
No chance.
He's Lions captain.
No chance.
Anyway, I think it's called a podcast for some unknown reason today, but we don't have enough time to cover that off. But no, listen.
So you sit on the fence and you are saying not one English player. We should just pick 15 English players, shouldn't we? Or are you going to sit on the fence that much? On the spot now, wouldn't you?
Well, I would say it's hard not to pick a lot of them. Having this conversation, like England got 4 second rows that could all tour. You know, where do you put Mario Toji? Is he actually a 6? Is he a 5.5? Like, where do you go? I do think Tadhg Furlong is ahead of a lot of props. So when you're talking about maybe into the starting 15, like there's going to be 40, 45 players used on this tour. He's not going to do what Clive Woodward did and bring 45 players. There will be 38 players going, and there will be 7 or 8, 9 players going in on this going on this tour. But I think New Zealand are as beatable as they have been in a lot of years. And they finally, the Richie McCaw, Dan Carter shadow has finally, they've stepped out from behind that, and initially it was very positive, but now I think they are not standing as tall as they necessarily were, and the leadership capability. And this is one thing you cannot, one of the things I think why England were so successful in 2003 was the leadership they had. And you go right the way through Martin Johnson, you have Neil Bark and Richard Hill, who for me is probably one of the most unsung players in the history of rugby. An incredible leader. You had Delalio, you had this Bellend, you had Johnny Wilkinson.
This is a podcast, so he was pointing at Andy Goode.
There's no chance I was there.
Yeah, thanks very much for that, guys. So we're just going to move on. We've had a couple of questions. We've had a few questions from the audience via social media, but also from the floor. I'm not going to say who they are, just in case they've not turned up. So a couple of fun ones. So Will, I didn't know this, apparently Brian O'Driscoll and Austin Healy had a boxing match. Am I right in saying that? Did you go to it? Who won? I hope Drico smashed him, yeah?
Lions Tour, 2001, Manly Pacific Hotel, beautiful hotel, big glass windows, looks out on the seafront. And a fitness guy called Steve Black, who worked a lot with Johnny Wilkinson. Always had a cracking phase, I never quite understood it. He'd sprint! And now accelerate! And I'm thinking, look, he's Geordie, by the way, in case you didn't. And I'm already sprinting, how the fuck do I accelerate? I'm at maximum speed. And he was going, think fast, be fast. Thinking fast, I'm still not fast. But he would do a lot of boxing, and the gloves would be lying around in the team room, so people would be playing whatever particular game it was on the computer or going for a wander. In fact, on that Manly Pacific, there's a great chip shop. Go out of the hotel, go down on the right hand side, and I don't remember who it was. It was probably Austin, but then cranked up the debate for later on. He dropped we were like, you'll have hoodies. So he dropped 5 or 6 chips down and put them on Ronan O'Gara's hoodie, right? The seagulls in fucking Manly. I'm not kidding you. He nearly killed him. No, but clearly he was attacking him because he didn't know what to get rid of. Because he didn't know there were chips in his hood. Classic. So anyway, the boxing gloves. Let's get a long story short. Boxing gloves are in the meeting room. And Oz is a bit like the Duracell bunny. Something needs to be happening the whole time. What's happening? Can be a little bit grating. after one, where he's always on, he's picking his neck with what's going on in the right, you know. So he picks up the gloves and he gives a couple of lads a little tap, and he's having a little tap, and everyone's like, get away, let's get away, let's get away. Anyway, Drico knows what's going on, he gets up, goes and puts the gloves on. And we're thinking, this could be interesting. And the dining tables were all actually around, it was this weird thing. And within about 30 seconds, we were all grabbing the napkins to throw, trying to stop the fight. No one at all lost him, and Drico was all Ireland under 16 boxing champion.
So why are you trying to stop it?
Oz was swinging wildly, and Drico was just pop, pop, pop. So we let it go for a couple of minutes, and then decided to call it. But yeah, that did take place.
I think that's all we've got time for. So just a round of applause, please, for the two legends. A big thank you to London Pride and Guinness for putting the event on for us. Round of applause. And me and Goode don't need a round of applause, but if you want to download the Rugby Pod on iTunes, you can find it. I think it's number 6 in the charts.
Yeah, let's get it out.
Yeah, we'll share it, tweet it. This should be on there. But thanks very much for coming. It's been a great evening. Enjoy the rest of it. Thank you very much.
Forthcoming Melodious.